Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Reddy, and we're going to take a few notes on theories of democracy. So let's get going. First of all, one theory is the elitist theory, or elitism. And in this theory, society is divided along class lines. The upper class elite controls government, with wealth being the basis of power and big business at the center of most elite theories. I guess you could say, yes, that Donald Trump is an elitist. Does it mean that if they're an elite, a member of the elite, they wouldn't be strong in governing the country? No, it doesn't. But it's a theory that sees that most people elected to office are members of the elite. Another theory is pluralism. Pluralism says that there are many groups vying for power and that each group does have access to government. Each group can be successful in reaching government, influencing government, and getting something in return. And no one group dominates. The next theory is the bureaucratic theory that says that government is run and the power lies in the large bureaucracies, the large organizations, the offices and agencies of government that are there administration to administration. The next theory is called hyperpluralism. Hyper meaning over, too much, and that is talking about too many groups are involved in asking government for favors, for influence, and because of this, government is weakened because government is saying yes to so many groups or trying to appease so many different groups that it leads to gridlock. That there are conflicting groups and government might be trying to make everyone happy in those groups. All right, next we're going to turn your paper over and you're going to take some notes on traditional democratic theory. And the political scientist most associated with this is Dahl, D-A-H-L. And he has 5 characteristics of traditional democratic theory. First is effective participation, in that everyone should get involved, everyone should vote in frequent elections. 2, voting equality, that every vote counts and carries the same weight, whether you're rich or poor, your vote counts and has the same weight. 3, enlightened understanding. This is thanks to free speech, freedom of the press. We are able to express ourselves freely and therefore understand and learn from many different sources of information and make up our own minds. 4, control of the agenda, meaning that citizens can influence the agenda. They can get on the agenda, they can contact their congressman, they can petition the government to get on the agenda that is considered and looked at when legislation or lawmaking happens. And 5, inclusion of adults. All permanent residents have full rights of citizens. Okay, those are the 5 characteristics of traditional democratic theory according to Dahl. One last PS to these notes. We're talking about Berelson and apathy. What is apathy? When you don't care, when you're not involved. And Berelson says that sometimes this is okay, especially in politics, because if everyone were rabidly involved and cared and an activist, it could destroy the democratic process. Interesting to think about. Not everyone needs to be extremely involved in our politics, in what happens with our government. It's okay to have some people standing on the sidelines. Some people are apathetic, not involved, and that's okay, because mass democracy cannot work if all people become involved. If everyone in Saxe High School joined a club, that club would have difficulty functioning or doing much that would be beneficial to each person. So we have the interested groups that get involved. Still, voter turnout in the U.S. is among the lowest in the world, and we're not real proud of that. Now, here's just you don't need to write this down. This is a piece of poetry from the Holocaust Museum about the evils of apathy. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. And on that happy note, thanks for watching.